Good morning. So this is the morning after. We went through our process for putting our brisket together. And now we're at a point where we've, about 1 o'clock last night, we put it in the stove, set the stove on cook time, which is basically similar to doing something like a hot box. Hot box is where you would have a cooler, maybe wrapping that brisket in a blanket or something like that and let it sit for a couple hours so it can, so the tension of that meat just kind of loosens up. So we did the equivalent in our stove last night. So I've actually let it run 4 hours at 180, and I just came back through another hour on it for 170 just to give it some time. So we're going to take it out and see what we got. Yes. All right. Who looks? I see some juices. I see some juices kind of running in the tray. And again, as I kind of mentioned last night, which I was also a little tired, but hopefully I did mention it. You see how over the whole cook process, that butcher paper get nice and crispy here. We're now going to go ahead and start opening this up. Ooh, look at that bark, y'all. Look at that bark. I'm gonna move our fat pack away. Look at that. Look at that. See, that's right there, right chair. That right chair. That's what we're looking at. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my knife. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of, I'm gonna cut right in the middle of the point and the flat. Ooh, my goodness, looks tender. Let me see if I can just move it. And there's the juice in this, the juice right here in this paper. I'm gonna try to set this in the way so you can see it. I'm gonna move this paper down. You kind of see it's juicy. Look at that. Look at that. Juicy, dripping. Man, that looks like a good time to me. I don't know about y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and of course, like I said, I didn't get a chance to get my gloves. I just washed my hands. So please excuse me. I'm gonna kind of cut into a little bit of that. Oh man, look at that. That's definitely. That flat is juicy. That flat is juicy. Yeah, it's just dripping with some juice. Nothing dry. You know the flat's a little bit more leaner. And that bad boy is talking. We'll cut out some of this the point here. A little thicker cut. Turn it back this way. See right there? I mean, it's just juicy. Now, for a competition cook, this might be a little bit more done when they like it, but for me, for family, this is excellent. Now, again, let's talk a little bit about home cooking for brisket versus competition. So let's talk about this for a minute. Now, I'm at 5280, which is Denver, so we're a mile high. I cooked my brisket at 300. I went ahead after I did a wrap, kind of moved this on. I kicked up to 325. That's pretty fast. But it did still take it took actually about 8 hours to cook. Now, one other thing of a deficit that I would probably get done if it was a competition is that they like a little bit firmer. This right here is just on the edge of a little bit too much for the firmness they want in the competition. The second thing of it is, if you can see here, I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to hold it in the way. I didn't get a good smoke ring. This is the one thing I'm noticing cooking at a faster temperature. I don't get a decent flat ring, a decent smoke ring that I normally would on something I would go like something like 12, 14 hours with a slower cook. That's the one thing I've been noticing with a fast cook. But the flavor's there, the juice is there, everything we did from beginning to end. And remember, I did not inject at the beginning of the seasoning. I injected before the wrap. And I mean, this bad boy is juicy. So I'm giving back juice halfway in that last part of that process, which I think is awesome. So for a family meal, for something that you just want to impress your friends with, this is a great way to do it. This is a non-competition brisket cook methodology. So when we get into more competition cooks, I'll bring you more of that and kind of point out those differences. So y'all, I don't know about you, but this is what I love doing. So again, this is Preston Thornton, and this is the Priestley Q channel. God likes barbecue, and so do I. So thank you for joining us, and have a great morning.